From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, Bangor police struggle to find enough new officers to join the force.
Plus details on a bill that would help retiring members of the military to relocate to Maine.
And it's an effort to help farmers who can no longer use their land because of PFAS chemicals. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Thank you for joining us this morning. It looks like not a bad day ahead. A little bit of snow fell overnight, just enough to cover the roadways. No big deal. That should be melting up here as the sun comes up this morning. And then we should see some sun as the day rolls along. Should be a nice Valentine's Day.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah. It did make it slick on I-95 this morning, but it should be fine by the time everybody gets on the road.
Yeah.
Here's Devin, it's Devin today.
It's Devin today.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we are. A small crowd advisory is in effect here now, lasts until about 11 p.m. as we head towards a Tuesday. Wave heights will continue to remain active along the coast, which is why this advisory is posted with the system moving out towards sea and a few snow showers that we are seeing this morning as well. All this right here moving from the northwest, going toward the south and east. This will clear out of here throughout the morning periods. By about 9, 10 o'clock, we'll be done with this. It will then become partly cloudy as we head toward the afternoon period. So the sun will begin to come out as all this right here continues to move from the west, going toward the east. So things will begin to calm down as we do proceed forward. But we will have to watch for a little bit more precipitation moving in later on this week. So Futurecast will show decreasing clouds this afternoon, maybe a few bits of fog in a few spots, but more clouds on the way as we head towards Wednesday morning. We have a little bit of wind to watch out for as well, mainly out of the northwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, but really calming down later on tonight, but more wind just in time for Wednesday afternoon. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, temperatures rising to the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
New details this morning about a man charged with stabbing a neighbor in Bangor. 40-year-old Brandon Hamilton was arrested Sunday after he allegedly attacked a man who was also living at a home on Union Street. Hamilton told authorities he kicked in the door because he thought the victim was cooking methamphetamine. According to the Bangor Daily, the victim claims Hamilton also accused him of stealing a radio. The victim suffered a stab wounds and several cuts, but is expected to survive. Hamilton is charged with burglary, aggravated assault, and other charges. He's being held on $5,000 cash bail.
Meanwhile, one of the region's largest police departments is fighting an uphill battle while it tries to fill its vacant positions. Bangor police have been struggling to fill the ranks. Devin Dagnall has more on how they're addressing the issue.
According to Bangor Police Department Public Information Officer Jason McCambly, the Bangor Police Department is still short 10 officers, and he doesn't see any end in sight for the shortage.
It's low everywhere. It's low for every department, and we're kind of fortunate that we're only down 10. We were down 14 a couple of weeks ago. It's making do with less, and really the only thing you can do with less is less.
McCambly says the current shortage can be attributed to a number of things, but there are two factors that stick out above the rest. One problem is there is still a large backlog of students at the Maine Police Academy due to COVID, which is stopping new officers from getting started. The other is the type of calls Bangor police officers are known to respond to.
One of the things we hear is you deal with the homeless a lot, which is true.
McCambly says that a lot of officers are wary of dealing with Bangor's large homeless population. However, McCambly says there is a team being put together for the city that should take care of the majority of that problem.
We have our Bangor Community Action Team that is dealing with a lot of those calls that are not police calls. We call them welfare checks. And they're going to go out and handle those calls for us.
McCambly says that he hopes the presence of the Bangor Community Action Team, or BCAT, will show potential officers that their time will be largely spent on police work and not as much on what they perceive as social work. In addition to the BCAT program, McCambly says the city is also offering very competitive wages and schedules to new and current officers. But only time will tell if those changes will be enough to affect the police shortage. In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Coming up later this week in our next law enforcement town hall, we'll talk to multiple area departments about the staffing challenges they face, why they're struggling to hire, and how they're confronting that challenge. More information this morning about a cold water rescue that took place in Searsmont. 2 men had to be pulled to safety Sunday after their UTV side-by-side crashed through the Bartlett Stream. Game officials say the driver immediately called a friend and his ex-wife, who called 911. The 2 riders then scurried on top of the submerged UTV to wait for help. A Waldo County Sheriff's deputy were able to throw a life jacket and rope to the pair and pulled them from the icy water. They had been in the water for about 30 minutes and had to be treated for hypothermia. The driver says they had just snowmobiled on that same stretch of ice 2 days before the accident. Game wardens say it shows how quickly ice can change, especially on moving water.
Senator Angus King is co-sponsoring legislation that would ban TikTok from operating in the United States. The bill would prevent social media platforms from working in the U.S. if they are owned wholly or in part by foreign regimes deemed adversarial. The measure aims to protect Americans and their data from the governments of China, Russia, and any other countries that the U.S. considers to be dangerous. Social media platforms would be able to continue operating in the U.S. if they relocate or were sold to a friendly nation.
A bill to expand career and technical education programs to middle schools in Maine has been introduced to the legislature. LD 33 would allocate funding for the programs. Senator Joe Rafferty of Kennebunk sponsored the bill. He says, quote, "As we have frequently heard, Maine faces numerous challenges in training the workforce needed by businesses statewide. That is particularly evident in the trades. The proposed legislation removes roadblocks and allows for the current career and technical education centers in Maine to expand their programs to middle schools with their service districts. The bill faces further action in committee."
Various stakeholders from fisheries across the state had their 2023 proposals read by the Department of Marine Resources Task Force. That happened last night. Proposals from the meeting included reusing and recalibrating marine sanitation devices once used and what the definition of a mooring is. Feedback gathered from the meeting will be used to advise the Marine Resources Commissioner on what Maine's stance is going to be on the proposals announced at the Interstate Shellfish Sanitation Conference in March. Attendees of the meeting collaboratively went over some of the proposals they were concerned about, offering advice on how to make them better. As the fishing industry continues to see increased federal regulation, Spiny Creek shellfish owner Lori Howell says these proposals will help level the playing field.
We have to have a mechanism to do this if we're going to have a growing industry. I understand there's a lot more hoops to jump through, but at least it makes it so that the state and the feds have to jump through those hoops, and the industry.
Kind of a good proposal.
The conference meeting will be held from March 18th to the 23rd in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The conference occurs every 2 years.
The Veterans and Legal Affairs Committee heard testimony Monday concerning a proposed bill aimed at helping veterans relocate to Maine. A.J. Douglas talked to advocates to learn more.
LD 265 is a bill that would increase funding for an organization that provides support for active duty service members transitioning into civilian life. If approved by the Maine legislature, $200,000 would be awarded to organizations recruiting veterans moving to Maine.
We help translate their military skills and experiences into language that civilian hiring managers are going to understand. We're still a small community, and you're never more than 2 or 3 people away from being connected to anyone in the state. But if you're not from here, that can be a little bit daunting.
Boost to Roots is a nonprofit organization that assists transitioning military members, veterans, and their spouses by pairing them with a peer mentor after relocating to Maine in an effort to help them find meaningful employment.
Maine doesn't necessarily have a reputation for vibrant economic opportunity. They don't know about the great way of life here.
House Representative Leader Maureen Terry introduced the bill in hopes of supporting organizations like Boost to Roots in their efforts to get the word out about Maine's vibrant and ever-growing economic opportunities.
We're a small state, we're an aging state, and we want to make sure, but we're also awesome. And we want to make sure that folks from all over the country come here and lay roots here. Someday down the road, some kid will tell a story of how, his parent got to Maine and how they became a family, a Maine family.
The bill is set to go into a work session where committee members will further discuss if the initial bill should potentially be amended or approved to head to the House. If the bill is signed into law by the governor, $200,000 would be dispensed to the Department of Defense, Veterans, and Emergency Management to qualifying organizations in Maine performing outreach. AJ Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Farms destroyed by forever chemicals. It's a serious problem across Maine, and its full extent is still unknown. But for those who are aware they have contaminated land, it means they can no longer produce food and are unable to sell. As Mel Myers reports, some lawmakers want the state to buy them out.
It's completely devastated us. Dairy farmer Fred Stone had to slaughter most of the cows he had after he learned his land and water were tainted by PFAS. It's completely, wiped us clean, just about. And because it's contaminated, Stone can't sell his farm. So you're stuck with worthless land. We're stuck with worthless land, yes, that we cannot do anything with. Stone, like others, put sludge on his land, a wastewater treatment byproduct once used as fertilizer that we now know frequently contain PFAS.
The environmental agencies of the state of Maine told these farmers this substance was safe to spread on their farms. But it wasn't. That's why Representative Wayne Perry is sponsoring a bill that would require the state to buy farms that were found to be contaminated before January 1st of this year. Future ones, we're going to need future legislation, future allocations, future, more money down the road. The purchase price would be at the assessed fair market value, but no less than $20,000 per acre. Even some supporters say that's too much.
We're also hesitant about putting an actual dollar amount in statute. We feel that it could cause issues in the future. Others argue some of the land may be salvageable.
We want to do everything we can to clean it up and make it productive.
And state officials are already figuring out how to help affected farmers, with tens of millions of dollars devoted to this issue.
The process deserves an opportunity to play out.
But Perry wants a government to move faster because some farmers have already been waiting for years.
The time is now 6:12. Coming up on Good Morning Maine, Maine voters may have to take extra steps to stop the spread of invasive species from Maine waterways.
But first, let's take another look at that weather forecast. Today, the snow showers will come to an end this morning. It will be a nice day ahead. The highs near 35. Partly cloudy and 20 tonight. Tomorrow, a chance of rain with highs near 43.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
Almost 1/3 of investment fraud victims are over 60. If someone offers you an investment, ask them these questions first. Are you licensed with the Maine Office of Securities? Are the securities registered? What are all of the risks and fees? How and when will I get my money back? Check before you invest. Contact the Maine Office of Securities. If we don't know, we can't help. And get the Smart Investors Checklist at investors.maine.gov.
Johnny freaking Knox, why you sitting around the camp? Sun is shining, birds are chirping, put down them fiddleheads and let's get over to A&G shooting. They got pistols, rifles, all kinds of boomsticks. They even got some flamethrowers for them brown-tailed moths. While you're at it, flip over them couch cushions and grab yourself some quarters for that wicked cool arcade. They're located right off the highway in Fairfield, right on Redneck Row, right between the truck stop and that big green tractor place. Easy in, easy out, slicker than owl crap through a funnel. So get over to A&G and tell them Bub sent ya.
Remove tree branches in direct contact with or hanging over and near the home.
Did you remove branches near the home?
I chose or. Or is a choice.
What about the and part? What's after the and?
That's after or, so that's part 2.
Hot Bench. Tuesday at 3 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. The Bangor School Department is considering establishing their own health clinic. According to Bangor School Department Communications Director Ray Finney, the idea is in the talking stages. The decision comes after the Penobscot Community Health Care Clinic at Bangor High School opened almost a year ago in 2022 and has proven to be a success. Vinny told us high school students have been using this clinic so much it now has a waiting list. The new clinic will be multi-purpose aid for students in the Bangor School District. Besides providing mental health counseling, the clinic also administers immunizations, tests for common illnesses, and physicals for students in order for them to participate in extracurricular activities.
Some good news from the Internal Revenue Service. For 21 states, including Maine, the IRS has announced that residents will not need to report any special tax fund or payment they received in the past year. This comes after the IRS mentioned last Wednesday that the agency will be providing guidance to clarify whether these payments would be federally taxed or not. During its review, the IRS determined that it will not challenge the taxability of such payments related to general welfare and disaster relief. For a full list of states affected, visit irs.gov.
Well, come this summer, getting your boat out of the water could involve an extra step. That's because boaters could be required to drain their boats and trailers. It's all part of an effort to stop the spread of invasive species. A bill, which had a public hearing on Monday, directs people to drain their boats and trailers or any equipment that can hold water. It's already against the law to transport any aquatic plants on a boat or trailer in the state, but some invasive species like zebra mussels may be hard to see in the parts of boat that hold water. And these pests were just found up in Quebec, which is a real concern for environmental groups.
Zebra mussels are very invasive. They spread really, really quickly, and they're microscopic. They don't have any predators, so if they got into our water bodies, it could be really, really devastating.
This is an emergency bill, so if lawmakers do pass it, this would go into effect as soon as the governor signs it. We may have to abide by those rules as soon as this summer.
Have you ever been to a docking point where they'll check your boat before you put it in the water? Yeah,
sure.
I've only experienced that in New Hampshire, not Maine. Yep.
Milfoil's been a big problem. That's an aquatic plant, and it only takes a little sliver of it if you leave it on your engine or something and bring it to another lake, and that thing can propagate and just clog the waterway and choke out all the other native species there.
Right, like she said, whatever those types of mussels were, they're microscopic.
Yeah.
So, yep. Well, the time now is 6:17 after the break. Ever heard of the practice of ghostwriting? We'll learn secrets from one man on Mount Desert who's made his living by ghostwriting for others. And now he's ready to share his secrets.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Living in Maine, many things stick with you throughout your life. If you're far from home or you're missing those things, then Box of Maine is for you. Shipping nationwide for corporate businesses or individuals, Box of Maine gives everyone their own personal taste of our great state. And a portion of every box we sell goes directly to local nonprofits. Have you visited the gift shop yet? Filled to the brim with everything you find in our boxes, you can pick what you need or even create your own box. Stop by for perfect Maine gifts today at Box of Maine.
There are some things that go better together.
Burger and fries, soup and salad.
Thank you. Like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. With Voya, considering all your financial choices together can help you make smarter decisions for a more confident financial future.
Hey, a tandem bicycle. You can't do that by yourself. Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
Welcome back to the National Window Showdown. It's now time for our expert picks. My pick is Renewal by Andersen. Their customer service is exceptional, trustworthy, professional. Renewal by Andersen has to be the pick for me.
I love Renewal by Andersen for this too, Brian. They take care of the entire process from consultation to installation and beyond. They're second to none.
Guys, for me, it's the Fibrex. It's a no-brainer. Renewal by Andersen takes it to the house.
A clean sweep for Renewal by Andersen. They really are the better way to a better window.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, a man from Mount Desert has a career unlike any other. Alex Cody Foster spent a decade as a ghostwriter, working behind the scenes to pen dozens of books without ever revealing his own identity. Now, as Jody Hersey tells us, he's ready to share his secret and his passion for writing for others.
Yeah, I've been telling stories all my life, I guess. So it's not so much a job or vocation or anything like that. It feels like a way of life.
For 10 years, Alex Cody Foster has enjoyed a quiet and productive career as a ghostwriter in the coastal town of Mount Desert, authoring books that someone else receives the credit for.
A ghostwriter is someone who can step into the shoes of another and resume their stride perfectly. A good ghostwriter can set aside their own biases and perhaps even learn something new from their subject.
Foster has worked on close to 60 books, 30 of which he says he's ghostwritten.
We have 3 voices, and one of them is the omniscient voice. That's the one in our heads, saying, don't do this thing or do that thing. And then we have our speaking voice, the ones that we're using right now. But then there's the third voice, and that's the literary voice. When I work with an author, my job is to provide that voice for that person because they don't have it.
Being a ghost has allowed Foster to travel and to make a living doing what he loves.
I did quit my day job, and I had some money in the bank, and I basically said, once this money runs out, I got to get a job, or I'll make it. And I ended up making it.
Now, Foster is using his writing talents to assist others who may want to be novelists. He's created GhostWritingUniversity.com, a course to help wannabe writers break into the literary world.
It's Ghostwriting University, yeah. It's my passion project. Whatever makes you feel that, like, fluttering in your chest, you got to go for it, no matter what.
In Mount Desert, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And tomorrow we'll hear why Foster decided to use his own name on a book, putting his life in danger to share a true story of his experiences running from the law alongside a man that he thought he knew. So we have a bit of a mystery there.
That's exciting. Yeah, this story's been advertised for a while now. I've been excited to hear about it. Very cool. Well, the time now is 6:21.
Let's get a full look at that weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we are. A small crowd advisory is in effect along the coast until about 11 p.m. as we head towards this evening as we continue to watch the system moving away from the coastline. And we've had a little bit of snowfall following it as well. But we do have wave heights that are high as a result of this at around 5 to 12 feet according to some of the buoys, and especially closer toward land are still rather active. That is why a small crowd advisory is in effect at this time. Alrighty, here we are. The snow's moving in from the west, going toward the east, so we'll keep this going for most of the morning period. By about 9 o'clock or so, this will get out of here, and we'll switch over to a partly cloudy sky as we head toward the afternoon period. So it means the sun will be making a return, so keep those sunglasses handy. You will need them this afternoon. Low pressure continues to move from the west to the east. That's what's giving us all the wave height issues. But we'll then be watching for another system off toward the west. I'll begin to track off towards the east and giving us more precipitation soon. Now, we do have a little bit of snow still on the ground at around 4 inches in Bangor, 23 inches in Caribou. So quite a sharp difference, though, with regards to the snowfall depths between the northern ends of the state and where Bangor is. And we might take a hit with this with regards to temperatures, and a little bit of rain now will be on the way soon. So decreasing clouds will be the general idea for us today. By tonight, maybe some fog trying to develop in a few spots, otherwise remaining partly cloudy. We'll have more clouds moving in as we head towards the Wednesday. Slight chances for a few rain showers, maybe mixing in with some snow farther out towards the north as we head towards the afternoon and evening time frame. And we'll keep those chances rolling at least through parts of early Thursday morning. So otherwise, though, nothing too crazy going on. Maybe a little bit of snow in the northern ends of the state before we're all finished up. Not much of anything farther down toward the south near the Bangor area. However, though, we'll be watching for a little bit of rainfall as well in a few spots, with about 1/10 of an inch possible in some spots between now and as we head towards Thursday morning. Your forecast for today on this Valentine's Day, 35 degrees, morning snow showers, then partly cloudy with that north wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. As for tonight, 20 degrees, partly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, 43 degrees, mostly cloudy, slight chance for rain showers, south wind at about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. So it'll be mostly cloudy on Thursday, highest in the low 50s. We'll hit the low 50s again on Friday, but just in the morning, we'll cool off during the afternoon with rain showers as well. 8 degrees for the low Friday night. We'll be mostly sunny on Saturday, highs in the upper 20s.
Before, and bath fitter. Before and bath fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub over tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bath Fitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Kwang Li Chinese restaurant in Pittsfield has a wide selection of tasty dishes, including poo-poo for two with rice, General Tao chicken, sesame chicken, beef teriyaki, and more. They are just minutes from Interstate 95 Pittsfield exit.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Key Appliance, we hold the key to savings.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
So where's the best pizza?
Yeah, that's what we want to know.
This week, GMA's on the search for the best pizza in America. Is the best slice near where you live?
I love me some pizza in the morning.
This one could be the best.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Concerns are growing over animal health in East Palestine, Ohio, after a train derailment led to the discharge of hazardous chemicals. Fox's Kyle Alexander has more from one animal owner whose animals are really struggling.
Taylor Holzer and his family run Parker Dairy. It's just outside East Palestine's original evacuation zone. Taylor is an ODNR-registered fox keeper. A couple of his foxes broke their legs trying to run after the initial derailment. One of his foxes even died.
Out of nowhere, he just started coughing really hard and just shut down, and he had liquid diarrhea and just went very fast.
Taylor tells me all of his foxes have been sick and acting different since the weekend. Some have abnormally puffy faces, including the one he's holding. He says they are not eating properly. Many are dealing with stomach issues and are acting lethargic.
This isn't how a fox should act. He's very weak, limp. His eyes are very watery and weepy.
Some of the foxes are pacing rapidly in their pen, another sign they are not well. Taylor says the train derailment is causing all of these issues.
Smoke and chemicals from the train, it's the only thing that could cause it, because it doesn't just happen out of nowhere. The chemicals that we're being told are safe in the air, that's definitely not safe.
For the animals?
It's for animals or people.
Taylor hopes justice is served for the animals and people of East Palestine.
People's cats are getting sick and dying, and people's other birds that they have in their house that they weren't being able to evacuate either. It's not safe.
Well, in other news, police have confirmed that a suspect is dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound following a shooting at Michigan State University last night, which required students to shelter in place and wait.
This truly has been a nightmare that we are living tonight, but we have remained laser focused on the safety of our campus, our students, and the surrounding community. We are relieved to no longer have an active threat on campus, while we realize that there is so much healing that will need to take place after this. We are sad to report that there have been 3 confirmed fatalities. This is in addition to the 5 victims who were injured and transported to the hospital. Some of those 5 victims still have life-threatening injuries.
Well, identities are not being released at this time out of respect for the families. We will have more on that still developing story as it becomes available.
There's increasing concern over aerial objects being spotted and shot down all over the U.S. and Canada. The total right now is 4, but there are reports the number of incursions into U.S. airspace may be far higher. China is being blamed for at least one of these violations. Fox's Jennifer Griffin is at the Pentagon with the latest.
And I want to reassure Americans that these objects do not present a military threat to anyone on the ground.
After landing at NATO headquarters in Brussels, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin addressed public fears for the first time since U.S. warplanes shot down 3 objects over North America since last Friday.
They do, however, present a risk to civil aviation and potentially an intelligence collection threat.
Austin said the Pentagon has not recovered any debris from the 3 recent incidents and still can't say what they were, adding they could be research aircraft flown by commercial entities. There's no evidence these objects came from China. After the Chinese spy balloon entered U.S. airspace, the U.S. Homeland Defense adjusted its radar.
The adjusting of the radar sensitivities, which means we're seeing more things than we would normally see, but we don't fully appreciate and understand exactly what we're seeing.
The head of NORAD was asked whether these were simply weather balloons.
I'm not going to categorize them as balloons. We're calling them objects for a reason.
The U.S. warplanes sent up to observe these objects before they were shot down were flying too fast past the object to make a positive identification and gave conflicting descriptions of the objects. Pentagon officials say it's not clear the last 3 were even transmitting any information. Off the coast of South Carolina, a crane ship lifted a large intact portion of the balloon's payload that has most of the craft's intelligence gathering apparatus.
Over the course of the weekend, they were able to raise some of the debris, including some of the electronics and some of the structure.
Pentagon officials say they feel confident they will receive a motherlode of intelligence on the Chinese balloon surveillance program, which would have been lost if they had decided to shoot the balloon down over land. And tonight, the National Weather Service said all of its balloons are accounted for. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
I'll tell you what, if you're in the business of launching weather balloons or that kind of thing, you got to be a little nervous these days, you know.
I was just going to ask you, are all your balloons accounted for?
All my balloons are, I'm not putting them in the air this week at all.
Okay,
you know.
that's
No, I know
good.
UMaine does it every now and then. I mean, what's to say somebody's going to shoot down one of their balloons? But
I'm still not over the fact that they say that balloon was the size of 3 school buses.
Yeah, crazy.
I can't get over that.
Crazy big.
Yeah,
I want one
scary.
of those.
Yes, for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
It's just a big balloon.
Yeah, it's Craig's balloon.
Okay, still to come here on the second half of our show. The Special Olympics Winter Games kicked off yesterday, and we'll get a glimpse of the fun.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues. Bless you.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Special report.
Spectrum just launched Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with talk, text, and data. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. I like the little heart
That
little
was
transition
cute.
there. Good job,
yeah,
Sarah.
Yeah.
Well, today is Tuesday, February 14th, 2023, and it is Valentine's Day, the origins of which are quite vague, but we do know that, formal messages that we now call Valentines started to appear in the 1500s, and by the late 1700s, commercially printed cards were in use to celebrate this special holiday. I think it's all something that the greeting cards companies do to
It's
kind
a
of
big
push
consumerism
along,
holiday. It is. It's all about buying things.
It's neat. I mean,
Yes.
you should love your
Right.
significant other
But-
all the time, but
Right.
it's not bad to have a day set aside to say, "Hey, I love you, sweetie."
Right,
You know?
exactly. I know, and let's focus on that part other than the part that this is a consumerism holiday.
And don't forget, guys, even if they say no, go get them some chocolates or something.
Something.
They'll be happy
Flowers
to have
or
it.
chocolate or takeout food, some pad thie maybe.
Right, just let them know
something.
you're thinking of them.
Right.
And on another note, don't listen to me. I'm not going to give you relationship advice because I'm.
We are the type. We keep giving other people's advice.
Yeah.
We keep giving other people advice, and we're not taking our own advice.
Right. Yeah. Don't do what I do. Do what I say.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yep. People who do take my advice usually it works out kind of.
I'll be spending the evening with my dog once again.
Yep.
Happily.
I'm gonna get some Chinese food.
There you go.
There we go.
There you
I'll
go.
be happy about that too. Okay, well, on this day in history, in 1849, in New York City, President James Knox Polk became the first serving U.S. president to have his photograph taken, and it's kind of creepy.
I've seen it. It is
kind of a creepy
It's like one of those old tin photos, right? Yeah.
All right, in 1889, a few years later, the first trainload of fruit available for sale on the East Coast left the station filled with oranges for consumption. In 1899, our U.S. Congress started using voting machines for the very first time. And on this day, in 1929, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre occurred in Chicago, with 7 gangsters being killed, allegedly on Al Capone's orders.
Well, for birthdays today, we have famous African-American abolitionist Frederick Douglass, who was born on this day back in 1817. And we have a historic Maine birthday as well on this day in 1838. Margaret E. Knight was born in southern Maine. She was an inventor who was described as a female Thomas Edison. I've never heard of her. I'll have to look into that, see what she came up with there.
And I think it's interesting. They just had one quick sentence on it in the history website I used, but I thought it was interesting that they called her the female Edison, but then they said, and she invented the flat-bottom paper bag. I was like,
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a lot of inventors in Maine. I think there was one out in Farmington. What is his name? Is it Chester Greenwood?
I don't know.
Invented the earmuffs, along with a bunch of other things.
I think Maine breeds having to be that.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
You have to be inventive here. All right. Well, as far as the weather goes, it looks like it's a beautiful day, especially for the holiday. The sun will peek out.
Yeah.
So
go out there and enjoy some sun with your sweetie pie.
Yeah. Here's Devin Binks.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we are. A small crowd advisory is in effect here now, lasts until about 11 p.m. as we head towards a Tuesday. Wave heights will continue to remain active along the coast, which is why this advisory is posted, with the system moving out towards sea and a few snow showers that we are seeing this morning as well. All this right here moving from the northwest, going toward the south and east. This will clear out of here throughout the morning periods. By about 9, 10 o'clock, we'll be done with this. It will then become partly cloudy as we head toward the afternoon period. So the sun will begin to come out as all this right here continues to move from the west, going toward the east. So things will begin to calm down as we do proceed forward. But we will have to watch for a little bit more precipitation moving in later on this week. So Futurecast will show decreasing clouds this afternoon, maybe a few bits of fog in a few spots, but more clouds on the way as we head towards Wednesday morning. We have a little bit of wind to watch out for as well, mainly out of the northwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, but really calming down later on tonight, but more wind just in time for Wednesday afternoon. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A mixture of clouds and sunshine, temperatures rising to the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you very much, Devin.
Athletes are continuing a decades-long tradition here in Maine. On Monday, competitors strapped on their snowshoes to kick off the Penobscot, Piscataquis, and Hancock Area Special Olympics Winter Games. The area co-manager, Christina Ercard, says although it hasn't yet reached the same attendance as the Summer Games, the Winter Special Olympics has been steadily growing in popularity.
We're excited. We have about 150 athletes participating in snowshoe, downhill ski, speed skating, and Nordic ski.
According to Earhart, all of Monday's events were adult time trials. The competition was fierce, but there were those who were just happy to have fun with their friends.
We do a lot together. We've been practicing every day. With all our friends. Cool. We come out, hang out here, do our snowshoeing every day, practicing that.
The events will continue through today with finals for both adults and school-age athletes at Herman Mountain from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Awards will be given after each event.
Good luck to all of them.
I'm surprised attendance isn't as good for the Summer Games. Cabin fever, personally, I have to get out more in the wintertime.
They come from all over the state, though, so it's probably a little tough to get them there. But boy, do they love it, though. They just have a great time.
Good for
Everybody
them.
there
Yep.
does.
And they'll have a good day for it today.
Yeah.
Still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have your sports updates.
We'll be right back.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Johnny freaking Knox, why you sitting around the camp? Sun is shining, birds are chirping, put down them fiddleheads and let's get over to A&G shooting. They got pistols, rifles, all kinds of boomsticks. They even got some flamethrowers for them brown-tailed moths. While you're at it, flip over them couch cushions and grab yourself some quarters for that wicked cool arcade. They're located right off the highway in Fairfield, right on Redneck Row, right between the truck stop and that big green tractor place. Easy in, easy out, slicker than owl crap through a funnel. So get over to A&G and tell them Bub sent ya.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We'll start with some cheer. Over the weekend, cheerleading state championships were held for classes A, B, C, and D down at the Augusta Civic Center, a venue we'll get pretty used to here over the next few weeks. But anyways, coming away with their first ever Class B state title this weekend was the Ellsworth Eagles. The Eagles earlier in the week won the Class B Northern Maine Championship right on their home floor. And then they took first place again for the state title. They returned home Saturday night to a first responders escort surrounded by their community. And they just tell me that being able to make history is something they'll never forget.
We sat as a group at the beginning of the year and we all said what was our goal, and our goal was to be state champs. And so to have that feeling right now just feels great.
There was a long pause, so we were all sitting there, we could all just hear each other. We were like, please, 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 please. And we could all hear each other, and as soon as they said Ellsworth, it was immediate jump up and down, like crying, tears, picking people up. Like it was amazing. It was unreal.
Now, if you've ever been to a cheer competition or seen these girls in action, cheerleading's a sport where having the whole squad on the same page is absolutely vital. And it's that team unity and their passion for the sport that makes the Eagles the 2023 state champs.
Our team at the beginning of the year was very separated, but we all learned how to come together and we became more of a team, and I think that's what finally got us to the state title that we got.
It means a lot to our school and our community and to us that we really made history all as one, and we did it together.
We all had the passion and dedication for the sport and for each other. Our coaches said that they've never had a team like that before, where they've had the talent and the passion, and it was everybody on our team, and it just made everything work.
All right, a big congratulations to them. Let's stay in Ellsworth now and over to the hardwood. The varsity teams prep for play-ins and the tournament on Monday, but Unified is in full swing with the Eagles also in action Monday. They're being paid a visit by the Coyotes from Old Town, a 3:30 tip in this one, so a little Monday matinee. We'll kick it off in the first half. The junior, Evan Hasselbrack for Old Town, spotting up from long range, and the bank is very open in Ellsworth. For the Eagles, it's Garrett Brown. He's running the fast break, taking it all the way himself to the hoop for two. We call it a coast-to-coast. On the other end now, for the Coyotes, Lilia Kalala. She takes it, gets it into the paint, and then she is going to bank the two-point bucket home for them. This one was back and forth all game. Here is Connor Hughes for the Eagles, the swim star. He nails the two-pointer, and Ellsworth wins this one. 69-64 is your final score. Staying hardwood here, Maine women's basketball in action in the border battle with New Hampshire. Black Bears trying to get back in the win column. First quarter ball inside to Adriana Smith. She gets the two to fall. Another big day for the sophomore. Second quarter, Wildcats with it. Nice move here from Breezy Williams. She's going to connect on the mid-range. We're skipping ahead to the third quarter here. J.C. Christopher over to Liv Rockwood. She wants all three of those. That puts Maine up one. Just a couple of plays later, not a replay. Christopher to Rockwood again, as Mike Breen would say, bang. And she wasn't done. To start the fourth, here she is again. Splashes home her third in a row. And then one more wouldn't hurt anybody, right? Rockwood goes on a 12-0 run by herself. Maine pulls out the win in Durham, 56-45. All right, let's hit the ice now up in Orono. OTO hosting Holton Hodgson Co-op, the Blackhawks and the Black Bears. Second period, Bears with a chance, but Dawson Cole is going to come up with a huge stop right there. On the other way now, here comes Connor Linz for the Blackhawks. He's going to snipe that one top shelf. That's going to make it a 2-1 game. OTO in the lead. Here's Dylan Davis with it. A nice pass to Nathan Kulina, and he is going to beat Cole right there. That's going to make it 3-1 Black Bears. Here they are looking for more. It's Davis. A great move, gets to open ice, and he hits the post, and Cole is there to cover it up, keeping it a 3-1 game now. Davis to Kalina, over to Ian Bouchard. He gets the one-timer to go. Black Bears win it. 4-2 is your final. All right, now it is my favorite season. Not late winter, no, but it's high school basketball postseason here in Maine. We had one Class D South prelim on Monday, but for all of our northern teams, all of the playoff action starts on Tuesday. Let's take a look at a few of the games here. MCI is visiting Presque Isle at 5:30 in some Class B girls prelim action. Also in Class B girls prelim action, Herman heads up to Foxcroft. That one is at 6:15. PCHS heads to Central. That's at 5 p.m. in Corinth. And then for Class C girls, Sumner is in Narragansett. That one's at 6 p.m. Mattanock also is hosting Stearns in Class C. Belfast is at MDI in Class B. And then Bangor Christian is going to head to Jonesport Beals in Class D. Couldn't fit all of that on the screen, but I am excited. It is finally here. That's all the time we have for sports. Be right back after the break.
My family and I are proud to offer you the best value for your money at the Furniture Gallery. Shop local rather than the big box stores. When you buy local, you help keep more dollars in your community. Shop local, save money. The Furniture Gallery, Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 5, 2023 Motor Trend SUV of the year. Now lease a 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5 for $569 a month. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
My family and I are proud to offer you the best value for your money at the Furniture Gallery. With maximum value pricing, you get more for your money. Low prices plus high quality equals your best value. Maine family owned and operated. The Furniture Gallery. Shop local, save money.
We may be one step closer to detecting people at high risk for endometrial cancer. It's the most common gynecological cancer in the U.S., and currently there are no screening guidelines for it. Researchers used data from 19 case-controlled studies involving white women between 45 and 85 and developed a model that may help figure out which women are at highest risk for developing this disease. They found risk factors could be easily collected in a clinical or public health setting and could help distinguish between women at high and low risk for endometrial cancer. Further research will be necessary before this model could be used in a clinical setting, as the model did not generate race-specific estimates for the disease. The findings appear in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute.
Very interesting.
Yep.
All right, shifting now to our weather. It looks like it's still snowing very, very lightly here in the Bangor area, but that should be coming to an end pretty soon, setting us up for a pretty nice day ahead.
I know, it's just kind of pretty out right now.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we are. A small crowd advisory is in effect along the coast until about 11 p.m. as we head towards this evening, as we continue to watch the system moving away from the coastline. And we've had a little bit of snowfall following it as well. But we do have wave heights that are high as a result of this, at around 5 to 12 feet, according to some of the buoys, and especially closer toward land are still rather active. That is why a small crowd advisory is in effect at this time. Alrighty, here we are. The snow's moving in from the west, going toward the east, so we'll keep this going for most of the morning period. By about 9 o'clock or so, this will get out of here, and we'll switch over to a partly cloudy sky as we head toward the afternoon period. So it means the sun will be making a return, so keep those sunglasses handy. You will need them this afternoon. Low pressure continues to move from the west to the east. That's what's giving us all the wave height issues. But we'll then be watching for another system off toward the west. I'll begin to track off towards the east and giving us more precipitation soon. Now, we do have a little bit of snow still on the ground at around 4 inches in Bangor, 23 inches in Caribou. So quite a sharp difference, though, with regards to the snowfall depths between the northern ends of the state and where Bangor is. And we might take a hit with this with regards to temperatures, and a little bit of rain now will be on the way soon. So decreasing clouds will be the general idea for us today. By tonight, maybe some fog trying to develop in a few spots, otherwise remaining partly cloudy. We'll have more clouds moving in as we head towards the Wednesday. Slight chances for a few rain showers, maybe mixing in with some snow farther out towards the north as we head towards the afternoon and evening time frame. And we'll keep those chances rolling at least through parts of early Thursday morning. So otherwise, though, nothing too crazy going on. Maybe a little bit of snow in the northern ends of the state before we're all finished up. Not much of anything farther down toward the south near the Bangor area. However, though, we'll be watching for a little bit of rainfall as well in a few spots, with about a 1/10 of an inch possible in some spots between now and as we head towards Thursday morning. Your forecast for today on this Valentine's Day: 35 degrees, morning snow showers, then partly cloudy with a north wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. As for tonight, 20 degrees, partly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, 43 degrees, mostly cloudy, slight chance for rain showers, south wind at about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. So it'll be mostly cloudy on Thursday, highest in the low 50s. We'll hit the low 50s again on Friday, but just in the morning, we'll cool off during the afternoon with rain showers as well. 8 degrees for the low Friday night. We'll be mostly sunny on Saturday, highs in the upper 20s.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Dave Matthews Band Live. Friday, June 16th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. On sale Friday at 10 a.m. at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Pre-order the new album, Walk Around the Moon, now.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyou.
In the tradition of Monk and Columbo, meet Will Trent.
Seemed like a great guy to me.
The investigation is on.
We are solving this thing. Always.
New Will Trent, tonight on ABC.
It's Valentine's Day, and that may have some people thinking about love. Some people say love at first sight is real, but Susan Albers, a psychologist for Cleveland Clinic, says love at first sight is only connected to passion. She adds there are 3 things that make up love: intimacy, passion, and commitment. Albers says if you experience love at first sight, it could be you rewriting a love story to meet an expectation. She also says if you think you've fallen in love with someone at first sight, you'll want to make sure by looking to see if you have some shared hobbies and values with your significant other. So there's some truth to that, too. Everything's all, what do they call it, the honeymoon stage. Everything's just right. And then you wait a few months, and then you get to learn who the real person is.
Right. It would be good if you shared some values. And, you could do some things together.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully you have something in common with your significant other. But yeah. So there is a difference, though.
Yes.
I think. I don't know, but love at first sight? Have you ever fallen in love at first sight?
No.
No?
I love other people's stories, though.
Yeah. There you go. I like those happy stories, too. So.
They're sweet.
All right. That's it for now.
Yep, happy Valentine's Day and have a great Tuesday. We will continue broadcasting on Fox 22 for our second hour of Good Morning Maine.
Have a great day.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
Living in Maine, many things stick with you throughout your life. If you're far from home or you're missing those things, then Box of Maine is for you. Shipping nationwide for corporate businesses or individuals, Box of Maine gives everyone their own personal taste of our great state. And a portion of every box we sell goes directly to local nonprofits. Have you visited the gift shop yet? Filled to the brim with everything you find in our boxes, you can pick what you need or even create your own box. Stop by for perfect Maine gifts today at Box of Maine.